Welcome back to Spirit Portal, everybody. Thanks for being here with me today. It's Erica. Are you feeling dread? Are you feeling worry? Has all of this activity in the skies, the drones, the questions, the confusion got you panicked? There are a lot of voices saying a lot of things right now, and I wanted to come at you today with some feelings and some thoughts that I have been receiving in meditations and in dreams, and even in like the liminal space of daydreams. I've been getting these drop-ins um, from what I call my spirit team, who are a combination of guides and angels and loved ones that I have on the other side, even what I feel are, galactic, intergalactic guides. And in these downloads and channelings that I've been receiving, they're talking a lot about what is happening in the world right now. And they're giving me information about what it is that we are being called to do. And ultimately, we live in this three-dimensional earth plane as human beings on this planet right now. We are experiencing and seeing so many wild things happening: famine and war, power struggles, leaders who appear to have no hearts, no souls, taking over different aspects of the planet. We also see these beautiful things happening. We see organic farms, and we see the helpers, and we see the people standing up for fundamental human rights that respect each other. Um, but as human beings, we are easily trapped in this web of fear, and we are easily trapped and distracted by good things, bad things, celebrity sightings, whatever it may be. Right now, we're being distracted by drones flying in the sky that the government takes no responsibility for, or says that they don't, or big businesses don't. And they're coming from all different angles. And so when I am in these meditative states, the information that I'm receiving is that we need to step out of our human programming, out of our human experience of these events. And we can do the human things. We donate money to organizations. We volunteer to make the world a better place. We can pray. We can do all of the things that we do as humans to make the world a better place when we can't help someone directly hand to mouth, giving people food or shelter or love, which is often the case around the world. However, in order to meet the amount of fear and issues that are happening on this planet at this time, we actually need to step out of our human self. What we need to do is access our beingness on the quantum level. We need to go to our spirit, bring that energy into what we're doing, and ground into the earth and start manifesting what we want on a quantum level. And it's actually so much easier than what we know or believe. And it explains really why, for thousands of years, churches and governments and institutions have been telling us that we need to have a leader that represents our soul, or have a leader for someone who can intercede to God with us, because everybody in power knows that there is so much more to us than what we are being told. Like I said a minute ago, we are being distracted all the time so that we don't find this powerful nature inside of ourselves, which is quantum manifesting from our spirit, not from our mind, which is filled with fear so easily or distracted so easily, but from our spirit. So how do we do this? It's not hard. It's not hard. All we do is find a quiet space, go inside of our heart, ask our higher self to be a part of our experience, and we start visualizing, seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, breathing, experiencing what we want the world to look like. Me, when I do it, I go deep inside of myself. I call in my highest source, my highest divine nature, my highest self, and I bring her into my soul and I bring her into my human experience. And I let her run the show of visualizing children being fed, visualizing shelter for everyone, a warm place to sleep, visualizing the drones being nothing to be afraid of, visualizing the earth filled with abundance and filled with food and nourishment and clean water and soil. I visualize the leaders around the world having their hearts softened and embracing the idea of unity and oneness. I visualize peace in my heart and that extending out to everyone that I encounter. You have to understand that what we think in our mind as humans is what we create in our reality. There are all sorts of good things happening in the world. There are all sorts of bad things happening in the world. But when we scroll on the internet, the World Wide Web, or Instagram or whatever site it may be, and we start going into these doomsday experiences, or we start seeing the horrible nature of people, or we start feeling powerless, that's exactly where they want us. They want us to feel powerless so that the energy of the world washes over us, so that we see the tide go out and we're waiting for it to come back and slap us in the face with cold water, and we don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to have to deal. When in reality, we can create through our spirit, through the quantum realm, what it is that we want to experience in this life. And there are enough of us now who are realizing this, that we can change the face of the planet. We don't need to be afraid of intergalactic war. We don't need to be afraid of the big bad guys with billions of dollars and weapons and nuclear capabilities and hearts of steel. When we have the power of our spiritual consciousness that is here, that is accessible, and that is ours, and when we unite in that space on this planet, we will have so much more power. We become the tide instead of waiting for the tide. And so what you do to access this place is so simple. And we've been told it's demonic or bad, or that we need someone to intercede for us. It's because they can't control us when we operate from our spiritual self. They can't control us when we operate from the highest knowingness, which is this quantum field that we all belong in. So I encourage you, 5 minutes a day, start there. Call your highest self to come into your heart, to take over your mind and operate from a place of love and interconnectedness. And in that space, visualize exactly how you want this world to be, the beauty that you want to create, the love that is possible, the abundance that we have more than enough to share with everyone. We have the power. Imagine the galactic forces all around us that want to support us in our consciousness and in our growth. We are not alone here. We are filled with love. We are filled with love coming at us from all angles. And if we tap into that, it becomes a source. And then we're not just prey at the whims of people with billions of dollars and billions of weapons. We become the tide. Love you all. Bye.